python that opponent, which you shouldn't run over even a lion. No matter how strong the wild cat is, this is snake one solid muscle, which is also constantly in motion. When she fight, her power just can't be opposed to anything. But more often leopards fight with such snakes. These cats are way more agile and fast. That is what they are trying to oppose, the irresistible. But the slow power of the python, claws and fangs against strangulation and stranglehold. What do you think? Who most often comes out victorious in a fight? Write and click on the bell to see episodes like this more often. Python is a predatory snake who prefers ambush tactics. Of course, she can't chase prey and chase it. However, thanks to the ability to instantly strain your abdominal muscles, she can literally shoot yourself at short distances. If python, thanks to its camouflage coloring, will be able to sneak up on the prey at strike distance 1, his throw is usually enough. Python doesn't have poisonous teeth, but in his mouth only needle-like fangs. When the python bites, fangs dig right up to the victim, and how hooks cling to her. And then the python instantly pounces to booty your rings and strangles, contrary to popular belief. Python not trying, purposefully wrap around the booty neck. He doesn't need it. He is so strong that deer or antelope will be able to strangle, even if he throws rings on his chest or stomach. His tactics are simple. When victims makes an exhale, lung volume decreases. Python squeezes rings. At this point, make every one. The next breath will be harder and harder, until there is no place in the lungs at all. But this is not everything. This kind of tactic only works with large booty, which has the strength to resist the python. Small gazelles or similar small game. Python don't try to choke for long. He just crushes her insides. Because of the grip force of the ribs, the booty breaks. Internal organs get such damage that you cannot think about strangulation. Leopard, like other cats, also a supporter of ambush tactics. But his manner of hunting is fundamentally different from that. How a python minds its own food. Leopard ambushes with calculating to get to the victim in a few jumps. He tries to fall on her from a tree or jumps from a shrub. Although the leopard does not like long chases, 100 meters, to discourage prey chase will willingly. Then a couple powerful paw kicks to knock down and aim bite to the throat. Leopards don't try to gnaw the carotid artery or jugular vein, how tigers often do it. Spotted cats get choked with fangs instead, blocked in the trachea and strangled, spit in. Leopard faces while patrolling his snake territories are too slow to first attack a more nimble opponent. But the leopard will gladly pounce on the snake, which, due to inexperience, will consider an unwieldy enemy. That's just then the development of events will be unpredictable. Python can grow up to 10 meters. Of course, with giants like that, not one cat in their right mind will not want to mess. But also more modest, the size of snakes can get their attention, especially since appreciate his strength and throw speed. With no experience, colliding with a python is just impossible. From this lazy, at first look, reptiles do not expect a trick and special acumen. True spotted cat rushes at python, not just by inexperience. Apparently, they like that kind of opponent, although he is very difficult. In reality, to assess the chances of winning, definitely impossible. Everything depends on how big is the python and how fast does the leopard attack. If the cat manages to gnaw a bottleneck, neck under the skull, or dig into the throat right under the head, he will win. If he delays at least for a second, then it will become lunch itself. An amazing case hit the camera lens when the hygienic dog hooked up with the wrong rival. Concrete floated in water looking for food. Crocodiles found it around, who were looking for a snack in the form of an antelope, who came to drink. The snake wasn't paying attention to them and already found my own lunch. But a hyena of a dog tried to kill her prey. They are also like hyenas, love to profit easy prey. At least the hyena is a formidable enemy. The species of prey rivals lions for the right to be called lords of the shroud. Hyenas are weaker than lions and leopards, but differ aggression, cruelty, and very strong jaws, with which they are able to crack the bone. At the same time, hyenas are pack animals who have long been famous outside Africa, so hyenovid dogs are often considered them under the guise of. It's not so. Hyenas are vivorous and relatives rather raccoons than dogs, and hyenovid dog is a relative of wolves and foxes. They were named after hyenas because of the similarity in coloring, but nothing else unites them. Dogs are more easy, toasted, and loyal to their own kind of beasts. They can attack huge, compared to yourself, antelope, drive them and crack them up with a whole pack. But sometimes arrogance can play a cruel joke with a hyenovid dog. So she decided to feast on python prey, but it was a mistake. The dog did not know who she decided to oppose. A huge snake would be helpless against a pack of hyenas, who tear and pull each to their side. Her legless body. But versus one hygiene or hygienic dog, python will easily stand and even eat the aggressor, who imagined too much of himself. Python isn't the only snake which is able to repel the predator. All these reptiles are not bad fighters. We are used to that. That mongoose is the perfect cobra hunter, because confronts them, thanks to lightning reaction, agility and ability to fight such an opponent, and high tolerance of poisons. But don't underestimate snakes. Far from every mongoose hunt ends. His victory, sometimes he himself turns into lunch for the cobra. Sometimes the snake fights back against the predator, and the fight comes down to a draw. Mongoose and cobra fight. It's always confrontation practically. Equal opponents, where no one will guarantee the success of either side. On the mongoose side, besides agility, there is still learning. These animals know what is the most effective fighting tactic against snakes. They try to hit the enemy with a bite to the head, knowing it his sharp skull-base fangs so that the snake does not have time to inject poison. Small dimensions of mongoose, they help him avoid being bitten. But the cobra has an equally quick reaction. Sometimes she loses and becomes prey to a predator, but often large. The individual fights off the threat thanks to the poison and speed to repel the attack. The most annoying snake hunters. Some cobras have worked out an amazing mechanism. They learned how to spit poison. Shape of channels with poison inside fangs. They have a little bit different from the structure of their cousin's teeth. There are holes in the front of the teeth through which it is served. Poison. His jets fly a couple meters, more than enough to discourage the mongoose hunt keep attacking. Poison production is an energy-intensive task for generation. Complex chemical weapons. Snake has to activate your internal resources. So if you have to spend poison on shooting, cobras have learned to target in the eyes. If the poison gets on the skin, maximum effect, slight irritation. But when it gets in the eyes, the poison causes terrible pain, burning, and can even permanently blind the aggressors. Some animals have learned to resist, and spitting cobras and pythons and common venomous snakes. So chimpanzees and some other monkeys learn to use a tool, that is throwing sticks and stones. Especially effective this tactic if primates are located on a tree. They thus rarely exactly hunt snakes, but dropping weights can drive away from their lair. Even a 10-meter python, unpleasant after when all the trash falls on your head. But a separate headache for snakes are birds. Especially eagles and birds' secretaries. These feathers are soulmates. And your hate for snakes or love for their meat. This is how to look. They apparently inherited from a common ancestor, but at the same time, snake attack tactics Nick is completely different. Eagles attack from the sky. They attack from the air this way. To its snake almost. There was no chance of dodging the punch and attacking back. Unexpected throw, and in powerful paws with sickle claws is already lunch for eagle. True, sometimes the snake turns out to be too agile, and the bird has to fight already on the ground. That promises trouble for her. But the bird's secretary is the only way she fights. never tries to strike insidious from above. Instead, the snake hunter wanders in search, enemy, and then enters. In its own way, even a nightly duel, bird secretary circling around reptile, kicks off her blows with fly feathers, dodges poisonous teeth, and hits with his blunt claws, hammers right in the head, or tries to fracture his spine. However, not every such fight ends. Bird victory. But the toughest confrontation, huge snakes and other predators, happens in the Amazon forests. Their anaconda runs into a jaguar. Both of these animals are large predators, and both really love water, where they feel fine. Jaguar third after lion and tiger, representative of felines when it comes to size and strength. Anaconda, one of the largest snakes, which thanks to the semi-aquatic way of life, is in a winning position because can attack from muddy water in different directions. Yes, floats she is faster than crawls. The outcome of the battle of these two formidable. No one can predict opponents. They are trying to drown each other. Jaguar breaks out of the dangerous embrace of anaconda, and the snake tries to escape the powerful, blows the fangs and claws of a spotted cat. Anaconda can make you regret your prey choices. Even such a hunter, like a jaguar, and who are you rooting for? Share your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching, but don't forget to subscribe and like.